Hello, Central Strong, aka Kiddo Central. I'm back on my videos. I'm back on my YouTube channel, and I want to first say thank you all for supporting me. For those who watch what I do, for those who support my videos and my content, I really want to say thank you. I want to start out this video by just showing appreciation. It means a lot that people out there would take their time out of their day to see what I'm doing in my videos, to hear what I'm saying, and to listen to my advice and support the things that I'm doing on YouTube. It means a lot to me, and I wanted to say that, those type of things, the energy, that support keeps me going, and it keeps me making these type of videos and making the content that I make. So keep supporting me. I want to first thank you all for doing that. In this video, I'm going to go over how you, specifically you individually, can make a positive change in society, in your own life, in other people's lives, and make a hope for a future. With the politics, with everyone having a different opinion about things, with all of the nonsense and the drama that goes on in this life, I know personally that it can be really hard to remain focused. It can be really hard to remain positive. It can be really hard not to basically absorb all that energy and fall into the craziness that a lot of people are falling into right now. And I understand we're not perfect. There might be times where we actually do that, but you can always pull yourself right back out of there and continue to do the things you're doing, to focusing on the things that matter the most. I wrote down in my mind, I wrote it down in a notebook, 4 things that you individually can make a change and you individually can make a positive impact, 4 things that you can do by yourself to do a good deed, pretty much, that can potentially change a lot of things in the future for the better. First things first is charity. Sorry about that. Donating to charity. I know a lot of people might think there's a lot of fake organizations out there. There's a lot of people that are making scams, and a lot of things aren't real. In that sense, it is true, but there's a lot of other charity organizations out there that are genuinely real charity organizations. You just got to do your research. But first things first, charity. The spare change in your pocket that you're not going to use, you can make a difference and a positive impact by donating that to charity. I'm not telling you to donate $100 to charity. I'm not telling you to donate your whole paycheck. I'm not telling you to do that. But the $5 that you don't need right now, the $7 you don't need right now, it won't hurt to give that to charity. Or if you don't want to give that to charity, give that to somebody that might be struggling. That is a form of charity too. Just giving without expecting something behind it. That is a real definition of charity. And that's the first thing, one simple thing you can do to make a positive difference in your life, in someone else's life, or in the world in general. Secondly is signing petitions or making petitions. I know that there are petitions out there that may not be legit, but there are, like the charity organizations per se, but there are petitions out there that can make a difference and that are legit, and you literally signing a petition that may not make a whole entire impact by itself, but you contributing to that will. Let's just say you go to a school and there's no water fountains. I'm using this as an example. And for a long time, there hasn't been any water fountains. You can make a petition and get enough people to sign the petition wanting water fountains in that school. If you give it to the principal or the board of trustees or whoever is in a higher power in charge of whatever it is or whatever school organization you're a part of, they can literally look at that petition, and though it may not make a difference in the blink of an eye, that would make them consider what they should do in the future to make a good difference and to make an overall impact in whatever it is that you're a part of. If it's a school, who knows? They might look at that and be like, hey, let's put some water fountains in here. There's 300 people who signed this, and that means there's 300 people who are impacted by this decision or this lack of decision that we have made. Let's change that as soon as possible. So that's the second thing. Third, this is this is something that really takes no thought to figure out. Sharing your wisdom and knowledge. That's what I'm doing right now on YouTube. A lot of my videos, if not all my videos right now, it's just me sharing wisdom and sharing knowledge and sharing my opinion. And maybe someone out there can listen to what I'm saying and literally be impacted in a positive way. But sharing your knowledge, you don't have to do it publicly. You can do it in private. It can be with your family. It can be with your friends. It can be with someone you know personally in private. And sharing your knowledge and wisdom can impact a person or impact many lives to make it where they're going to do better, they're going to make smarter decisions, they're going to be more impacted positively by what you have shared with them. So that's a third thing, sharing advice. And it could be on YouTube, it can be on Facebook, it can be in person. However you want to do it, sharing advice is a third thing. That to make a positive difference individually. Fourth and lastly, this is something where I'm going to go in more depth with this. Pretty much not being someone's heartache, not giving somebody a hard time intentionally. Everything we do impacts another person. Everything we do impacts what we're going to have going on in our futures. But when you have no bad intentions, you won't feel guilty for doing what you're doing. You're not going to feel bad because at the end of the day, you're not doing anything bad on purpose. You're not doing something intentionally to make something harder for another person. And a lot of times people will go on the internet and start drama and argue with people. I know people who have friends just to argue with their friends, but I'm saying that because I don't really feel like arguments should always be something that you want to do with your friends. It's kind of sad that people are that enticed by drama. People are that enticed by bumping heads with other people. It's kind of crazy, but a lot of times, arguments, when there's no agreement at all, makes things where the stress and the negative energy that comes from an argument or comes from drama, from whatever it is you're disagreeing with, it will literally impact you and impact the other person. And next thing you know, you'll wake up ticked off, thinking about what you had going on yesterday, what argument happened yesterday, and then if it doesn't get solved and you try to speak to that person again, all it's going to do, and they might not even want to listen to, they might still be mad at you about what happened yesterday, and all it's going to do is just going to keep building up, and the drama that came from that is just going to keep rising and rising, and that one little argument you have with that person can potentially make it where you have a whole bad month. People, emotions get that deep. So I'm here to tell you, when you're not someone else's heartache, when you're not someone else's headache, that peace of mind will literally make a positive impact to you and those people around you. Yes, we have to argue sometimes. Yes, drama is going to happen. You can't avoid drama entirely. I understand. Those things are going to happen. No matter what we do, no matter how hard we try, someone in our lives is going to argue with us. Someone in our lives is not going to always agree with us, and that's fine. But one way or the other, you could find an agreement to disagree. You could be like, hey, you may not agree with what I'm doing exactly, but if I'm not harming anybody, I really don't feel like you should feel any type of way for what I'm standing for. And though they might not agree with what you're doing, they agree to not feel bad about what you're doing. They agree to not interrupt what you're doing. So, finding a peace of mind and peace with people, that is a positive thing that can truly impact those around you and impact your life as well at the same time. This video won't be 10 minutes like it normally is, so I wanted to say thank you for listening. And I want to say this, the last thing I want to say before I stop this video: you are important. Your existence matters. Your opinion matters. You and the things you do matter. It may not matter to that person. It may not matter to that person. But if it matters to you, that's all that counts. And if you believe in yourself enough, where you're going to continue to do the best you can, even when you're not getting what you want at the moment, even when people are not supporting everything you're doing at the moment, at some point in time, someone out there, or a group of people out there, or a bunch of people out there will support you, because you never stop supporting yourself. So I want to say that your biggest fan, your biggest support to start out with anything is yourself. If you believe in yourself, sooner or later, a lot of other people will start believing in you. That's all I have to say. Thank you for listening. Never quit, never give up, never lose faith, and never stop believing in yourself. And one day you will win. Thank you and have a blessed one.